One of the most common issues I see beginners in Python face is the difference between equality checking and identity checking. And to show the difference, I want to show you a simple experiment using a float and an integer. So if we said 10.0 is equal to 10, that's true because these have equal values. So let's try and prove this. And running the code, we can see that value A is indeed equal to value B. Now let's try switching this out for the is operator. And now we get false. The reason why we get false is because even though these two are equal items, they don't have the same identity. That's basically saying these aren't the same items in memory. One way to prove this is by using the ID function to check out what is effectively the memory address of an object. Now, whilst this strictly isn't a memory address, it's effectively Python's unique reference to it. In this case here, we can see value A and value B. These both have different addresses. This means that they live in different slots of memory, and they are different or distinct items. They're not the same. So switching this back to is equals, whilst this is true, they still don't have the same identity. So that's why it's possible for two objects to have the same equality, but not the same identity. However, if we now change them both to be the integer of 10, we get true, of course, because 10 is equal to 10, but notice how they both now have exactly the same identity. That means that if I do this here, change is equal to is, hit run again, we get true because value A and value B, these effectively both point to the same object in memory, and we can tell it's the same object because they both have the same identity according to the ID function. So just to recap, the is equals operator checks for equality. The is operator is basically checking to see if its operands both occupy the same slot in memory.